Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially live with Eric Johnston live this week. I'm telling you, is gonna be a doozy. This is episode 3. This is the episode titled "Never Have I Ever." Now, I've played this game before at parties and stuff, and it always, if not immediately, turns into a sexual drinking game. I'm going to try to curtail that today. We'll see how far we get. We'll see the places we go. Before I start the show, I'm going to explain what the game is. First of all, if you are watching right now on Facebook, please share this stream. It means the world to me and my guests. It takes 2 seconds to share it, and if you share it, it opens up this stream to all of your viewers and friends and family, and this is definitely one to share. Too late, already drunk and naked. Let's do this, as Travis, #1 fan of the show now, and Chuck is back for another night. I'm going to explain what the game is. Now, this is what's going to happen. I have a special guest coming on, Patrick Coppolino, who's a very good friend of mine and has been for many years. Also an excellent stand-up comedian and also the manager of Levity Comedy Club. He's going to come on the show, and also this is going to be interactive in the sense that if you are watching the show on the comments, you can play along. You can actually make the suggestions for the Never Have I Ever. Now, most people have heard of this game. Some people haven't, so I'll explain it. In either the comments or something that I'll bring up, I have a list of 50 extremely good Never Have I Ever questions to spice up any party is the title of it. So it's a bunch of questions. Basically, you pose a question, or not a question, you make a statement. Never have I ever blank. Example, never have I ever gone skinny dipping. I have, but that's just the example. If you say never have I ever gone skinny dipping and you have done those things, both Patrick or I will have to drink. I know Patrick isn't drinking right now, but I think maybe we'll have to pull him out. I for sure am drinking now. Today's episode is sponsored by, not actually sponsored, but I'm actually going to try to make this a sponsor because these things are so fucking good. Gin smashed soda, strawberry gin beverage with gin, 5% alcohol, and only 3 grams of sugar per can. So less of a hangover. I'm going to crack that now. If you've done the thing, and if you've done the Never Have I Ever, you have to drink. Now, if you're a commenter and you're watching the show, and if you have done the thing, we're going to do an honor system that you all do have a drink in your hand, and we're going to do an honor system, and you're going to comment the glass, the beer glass emoji, the beer that just says that you drank and you are drinking and you are playing along. We're going to learn a lot about each other. We're going to learn a lot about Patrick Coppolino. We're going to learn a lot about me. I'm going to pose the questions, and feel free officially in a few minutes to start writing in your Never Have I Evers. Now, I'm going to start the show like I always start the show with an advertisement. On top of doing Eric Johnston Live, I also used to be a touring professional stand-up comedian. And also, I sell merchandise at my shows, but now I'm just selling merchandise off my live stream. This is a Bullwhip shirt. I would love for you guys to get these shirts. I usually sell them for $20 at my shows. I'm going to drop them down for $15. And if you live in Stony Creek or Hamilton, GTHA, you want a shirt, I'll drop it off your house, contactless. I'll put it in a bag and all that stuff. We won't have to touch each other or cough on each other. So if you want a show message or you want a t-shirt, message me after the show and we'll get you a shirt. That's our first advertisement. Now, before I bring on our first guest or only guest, actually, you know what? I'm also going to do this like I do every single week. I am going to comment in the comments of this stream the link to join this stream. If you are feeling bold and you want people to get to know you, I just posted the link to join this stream. All you have to do is allow access to your microphone and to your camera, and you will be in the show. And you're going to learn a lot about you and who you are as a person. And you're going to learn a lot about myself and Patrick Coppolino. I'm going to bring on our first guest, but before I do, I'm going to play a little clip of his. He is a professional stand-up comic, and he shot a special recently called Too Much Information. Here's a small little clip from that. We're not going to play the whole clip, but a little example of of who he is as a comedian. So here we go. This is Patrick Coppolino, and from a clip called "Is God Real?"
Learning too, and because like she's talking a lot. She's 3.5, so she talks a lot. She asks me questions, but it's usually like, "What's this? What's that? Why this? Why that?" But no like real life questions yet. Oh, she asked me one thing that really threw me off. She goes, "Daddy," I'm like, yeah. She goes, "How are my fingers attached to my hand?" I'm like, I have no fucking idea. That's a good question. No clue. I'd never thought about that before. I'm like, your skin. What keeps your skin on? I'm like, oh Jesus, fuck. I don't know. I have no idea. But she's not asking me any like real life questions yet, right? And I can't wait till she does, because I was at the park with her. I was pushing her on the swing, and there was this like 8 or 9-year-old kid. He was pushing himself on the swing beside her, and he was having a conversation with his dad. And I couldn't, who was like what he was watching on a bench behind him. And I couldn't help but overhear the conversation, because the kid ended up asking out loud, out of nowhere. He was like, "Dad, is God real?" Right? It got so quiet at the park. I even stopped pushing my daughter. I was like, "Yeah, Dad." How are you gonna answer this one? And I'm watching him, and he completely ignored his kid. He just said nothing, right? And so naturally, the kid asked again, even louder this time. He's like, "Dad, is God real?" I saw the dad shake his head, because he was thinking, "You fucking asshole." Because so many people, parents are listening, kids are listening. I'm standing there, I can't wait to hear what he says. And he looks up and he goes, "That's what they say." Fuck. You should have seen the confusion on the kid's face. He's like, "What do you mean you don't know? Because when you're a kid, you think your parents know everything, right?" I was kind of fucked off at first. I'm like, damn it. I want to hear what he said, right? But then I thought about it. I'm like, that was actually a pretty good answer, right? That's what they say. That's the safest thing he could have said, because I don't know what I would ever say if my daughter asked me that same question one day, because I was born and raised Catholic, so I don't believe in God. I have no idea.
Hello? Check. This show, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I think you can definitely hear me now, but we can't hear you is the issue. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Patrick Coppolino. I don't know if he's fucking with me right now. No sound at all. Okay, well, this is great. Am I going? There we go. No sound. Okay, no, there we go. You can hear me. Can you hear me? And he's back. Okay, good. Very much. Again, I've mentioned on the show before, guys, I'm not a fucking nerd, okay? I don't know how to do technology. I'm literally clicking and sweating while I do the show, because I don't know what I'm doing. My microphone works. Patrick's doesn't, I guess, unless he's fucking with me. He's talking. Can't hear you. No. This every guest I bring on these fucking Hamilton comics. Jason Allen didn't know what he was doing the other day either. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Patrick Coppolino, a very funny Hamilton local stand-up comic comedian, and also doesn't know how to work a microphone, but he also works in sound and editing design and stuff like that. So he should know what he's doing. Christopher says, "Sorry, my phone is about to die. Got to run. See you next time, Eric." No problem, dude. You're a great listener. You watch every week. Oh, dude, I hear you now, I think.
Wait. Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
You hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, now it's working.
Okay, good. Did you allow access to your microphone? Is that what happened?
No, I did do that. I unplugged it and plugged it back in.
Oh,
It seems
good.
to work for everything.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming. You seem enthused. First of all, I'm going to show everyone his screen name. Eric Sucks.
It let me pick. Why would you let me pick?
I don't make the service. I just run the show. I don't know how to make that work. But okay. So we're starting the show. Tonight's episode. Do you have a drink? I know you're not really drinking right now.
I did this for you.
Oh, you put your thing up too?
Yeah. I got a bunch of. You're not the only one with a big picture with signatures on it of yourself.
See, I think you stole the idea from me. Or maybe
no, I did mine first.
Okay. So I was explaining to the people, have you ever played Never Have I Ever?
Yes.
And I think, okay, now you're a very loving father now, and you've got a wife, and you're very happy. But I think there was a time, especially in your early 20s, where you experienced a lot.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I was a piece of shit. You could say it.
Okay, you're a piece of shit.
Can we swear on this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Patrick from the show about the wine. Our good friend Patrick in improv. You know what I'm talking about. What's the show? What's their show called? Patrick, you know, on the
Patrick
Vine.
Gagliardi?
Yeah, no,
Corkscrewed.
Corkscrew TV now available
What's up,
on YouTube. Hey, dude, he says Eric sucks. That's not even funny.
The second funniest Patrick I know.
That you know? Okay, well, you were a big piece of shit. I'm already drinking. I'm getting myself going. You were a big piece of shit in your early 20s. I was shocked at the things that you had done, seen, and whom you've done and seen in your life. Now, this game always naturally turns into a something sexual. We're gonna try to keep it more not PG. We're still gonna swear. We're still probably gonna into sex stuff. But it's like when someone's like, "Let's play Never Have I Ever." Okay, I'll go. Never have I ever fucked 12 people at once. And then people, you know what I'm talking about? It goes immediately to that. We'll get there. We'll see what happens, but I don't think we necessarily have to go there right away. Also, I'm going to remind everyone before we start playing, please share this stream. Please share this show. It means the world to us, the talent on the show, for you guys to share on Facebook to all of your friends and family and fans and support this show. This is the third episode of Eric Johnston Live, and I'm having so much fun doing it. Although I was forced to do it because of the the world, the quarantine, the COVID, all that kind of stuff. Now we've officially started. We're officially have begun. So the comments are allowed to go. If someone wants to start off in the comments with a never have I ever, if Patrick and I have done them.
It looks like Travis wants us to get naked.
Okay. Still naked and very drunk. Yeah, we'll all get there. Chuck shared the show. That's great. But first of all, we're gonna have some questions from the audience. Or not questions, some never have I evers. If Patrick has done it, he has to drink. If I've done it, I have to drink. And if you're watching and you're in the comments and you've done it, you put the beer mug emoji, and that tells us that you've done it. That's how we're gonna run the show. I'm taking a preemptive sip. Now everyone is waiting to comment, but I actually have some because I know people would be the first one. So I pulled up a list called 50 extremely good never have I ever questions and to spice up any party. So the first one is it's perfect. Never have I ever experimented to see my sexual orientation.
No.
What
do you mean? What do you mean? Are you hitting on me? What's happening?
Whoa, Scott, swinger. No, I haven't. Although with all the amount of dance videos and ironing I do, you would think, but I've never experimented. I've just been too scared.
You haven't met the right guy yet.
That's scared. Yeah, just scared I might like it. This is a drink not because of the question. This is a drink because I was thirsty.
Yeah, he's nervous.
I'm nervous.
You've
hard
outed yourself with your own question.
With the first one, okay. Second one. Never have I ever gotten stuck trying to get from the back seat of a police car to the front seat so that I could have a smoke while waiting to be taken home.
No. I've been in the back seat of a police car.
I've definitely been in the back seat of a police car. I talked myself out of I guess well, I've never done that thing, but I think we should both drink because we both in the back seat of a
is that where you were experimenting?
Yeah, exactly. That's how I got to the got to the front seat, baby.
He still gave you the ticket, didn't he?
No, it was reduced. But no, I talked myself out of a cuffs in the backseat of a cop car in St. Catharines on New Year's Eve 2014. I believe I was 24, and they arrested me, beat the shit out of me, threw me in the back of the car. And they were interviewing the other people. What happened was just a hotel party that got broken up. We were all in a hotel, and I was being a little bit mouthy because I was fucking wasted. So I said to the guy, like, you guys should be out doing real police work, not busting up parties. I said something stupid like that. And they're like, yeah, can we talk to you for a sec? And then they went outside and beat the shit out of me and threw me in the back of a cop car. But I thought very quickly on my feet. When I was back there, I kind of tapped my head on the glass and he's like, what? And he opened the back door and I'm like, sir, I'm in police foundations at Humber College. If I was arrested right now, I've always had a dream of being a police officer. And if they find an arrest on my life, I'll get kicked out of school and it'll ruin my dreams of being a police officer. And he's like, is that true? And I'm like, it's true. He's like asking the people, they're like, is that true? And they're like, yeah. He's like, all right, I won't ruin your life. And then he pulled me out of the cop car.
Wait, was he asking us what true? The thing you said, or like the fact that you're actually in school?
No, yeah, like he was saying.
Was he asking if it's true that if you have an arrest, you can't go to?
No. I think he was saying, is it true that you've always wanted to be a police officer?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because it sounds like he didn't go to school.
No, well, he was a police officer.
Is that true? Okay. So he hasn't been drinking. All right, go ahead, sir.
Is that true? Okay. So that's no.
And then he took his clothes off. You were at a bachelorette party.
Yeah, that's how I got. Never have I ever drank from a cow straight up udder shot.
No. Tom Green did.
Yeah. Were you there?
Several. No. I was like 9 when he was doing that.
Please plead temporary insanity. That's smart. Thank you very much. I gotta pull up another one from the list. The first one didn't go the best for me. The next one,
you're gonna we'll keep sexual ones till later, and then the first one out of the gate.
Well, no, it was the first one on the list, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna scroll. Oh, this one's not sexual.
Oh, you just wanted to see my answer so you could decide on where the rest of it goes.
Where are we going? Where are we at with this? This one's good. Kind of sexual. Never have I ever said I love you to someone just to get laid.
No. Who does that? What do you mean? Like on a first date?
Like, I don't know. I'm going to say not just to get laid, but it definitely helped the process along. Travis is taking a big...
But were you with them already?
No, yeah, no. I that's a half a sip. That's not fair. I knew, okay, not yeah, my last girlfriend, the one that I was with for 2 years, she said it first to me, and I knew I wasn't ready to say it back, but you don't have it. I wasn't willing to have that awkward, like, I'm not like thank you. Like, we were already in, I think we were already in a hotel room or an apartment or something together. We had the weekend together. And she said, I love you. And I said it back because I would rather have that fake moment that we had sex for the weekend than have the fight. So that's a sip. That's a half a sip.
Well, yeah. You have to say it back every time.
Yeah. Even if you don't believe.
Well, yeah, what are you going to say?
Travis is saying drinking double to that. Scott has 2 times he's done that. I believe that. He ended up fucking married out of the deal. Got suckered on that one. Oh, this one's perfect for you. Never have I ever been married in Vegas.
Yes.
You better take a big old sip of that. And the craziest part is
that one on the list?
Yeah. Never have I ever been married in Vegas.
I did get married in Vegas.
I know you did, and she's right there.
No, she's like
You're one of those people who got married in Vegas and it worked out. That story never happens.
Yeah, because we met before Vegas.
Well, I know. I don't think many people who get married in Vegas don't know the person. Maybe.
I think that happens a lot.
No one else. I think you're the only one who drank on that one, to be honest.
Yeah, no one else. Where's Travis?
Viva Las Wages. This one's just, it's all about homosexuality. The next one is never have I ever doubted my heterosexuality. I should drink because
you're lagging out.
I'm not the one. Hello? Can everyone see me?
Hello?
Hi.
I don't know. It was like you were lagging out. I can hear you now.
Okay, good. The next one is very for me. It's not for me, but it's for everyone else around me. It says, never have I ever doubted my heterosexuality. Never have I ever, but a lot of people have doubted mine. So that makes a lot more sense.
What are you
Okay.
talking about?
Okay.
Was that the first one again?
No. There's 2 in
Wait.
a row that says never have I ever experimented with my heterosexuality. And
What
the other one
what was the first question?
that was the first one. And then
okay.
the first one was never have I ever experimented with my sexual orientation. And then the fourth question is never have I ever doubted my heterosexuality. Those are back
the same question.
Well,
why don't you just ask me, Eric? Why you had to set up this whole stream?
Come up with the list.
You came up with this whole thing.
On that one. Nice
you
job.
caused the coronavirus just so you can set up this stream
and find you,
and
we can talk about our sexuality.
The answer is no, but just ask.
I was 70-30. You were gay for almost a year. See?
Yeah.
Was it 70 not or 72? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, now it's a full 100 for sure.
Okay, Patrick's gonna go on the same vein. Never have I ever kissed a man. I kiss dudes all the time.
Is that the next question?
Ask Patrick.
What website? Oh, okay. What website are you getting these questions?
It was like the website's probably extremely good to extremely never have I ever's, and it's from like Out TV or something. Hold on, I gotta clear that up for a sec. 70. Travis thought I was gay for 70% of it. Back to Patrick's, the other Patrick's question. Never have I ever kissed a man. I kissed Moses on New Year's this year, right on the lips. I kiss dudes on the lips all the time. That's not gay. That's I'm just really close with my male friends. Plus, I'm usually. What? Go ahead.
What?
I was gonna say I'm usually on New Year looking for someone to kiss, and Moses just happened to be standing next to me. That's all.
Hold on, I gotta pull up a picture.
Is it me kissing someone?
No.
Oh, paparazzi.
This was
he's making them up.
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it.
Great, that's good for the show. Yeah, I got my list from closetedfriend.org. Okay, I'm gonna try to move away from the homosexuality questions. This list was made for me, apparently.
You wrote the list.
Yeah, I was like, here's 50 good questions for me to ask everyone. The next one is never have I ever watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That's a pretty basic question.
Wait, do you drink if you have, right?
You drink if you have.
Okay,
yeah.
I have not. I've never.
Okay.
I don't get that. I don't get the appeal of those shows.
I watch a lot of trashy TV, and even I have not scooped down. What's the word I'm looking? Stooped solo to watch the Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Although it's apparently people watch it. I did watch a clip of it recently where when the two of them get in a fight, and the one girl slapped the girl so hard that her makeup was on the white wall next to her. She literally slapped Kim, or fully slapped Kim so hard that it like went like this, and Kim's makeup was on the like tattooed to the white wall beside that. That's how hard he hit her. She hit her, not he. That's a different show. Okay, 80% truth. Okay, well, I'm gonna pause to make sure everyone's sharing the stream. We are off to the races here on Never Have I Ever. Never have I ever stole something with a higher value than $10. If you've done it, you have to drink. Comments?
I stole $11 cash.
So you just made it over the line.
No, I used to when I was in high school, I used to steal sunglasses all the time.
I still steal sunglasses.
I don't know why. I kept them all in my locker at school, and then people started to find out I was doing that. So then people would actually tell me. I remember a few people would tell me what pair of glasses from what store they wanted, and then I would go get them and then sell it to them for like half the price of the store was selling them for.
So you started your own business. You're more of an entrepreneur than
yeah. I had it down to the science. I was getting really good at it.
When I used to work at
and a hat.
This hat?
No, go ahead.
The hat that you're wearing right now?
No, not this hat. But you know, like the caps that I wear all the time.
Yeah.
Not this kind, but I
started
wearing those. Yeah, I started wearing those because I was at like a nice hat shop in San Francisco, and I'd never worn one before. I never wear hats before
Yeah.
I was probably like, I don't know, 19 or something. And I just put it on and it fit and it looked cool. So I just kept it on. I walked around the store for a bit and then I just left the store with it on my head. And then ever since I've wearing those hats.
The first time I stole sunglasses, which I steal all the time now, I realized how easy it was to do.
You still steal them?
No, like, I mean, I bought my last pair, but sometimes what I used to do is I used to go into a store, put a pair, I'd go buy a pair and steal a pair. So I'd get a pair and I'd go to the and I'd take the one, put the one like in my shirt, like I walked in wearing them, like a different style. And then I'd go to the cash and buy one. So then I'd end up with two. I used to do that all the time in my early 20s. And like 2 weeks ago. And when I used to work at Winners when I was 16, I used to steal something every shift. I'd purposely not wear a belt to work and go to the belt sections, put one on, stuff like that.
What did you do at Winners?
I was a cashier for a year. I was a cash and I worked in the men's section, putting all the men's clothes out.
Putting all the men's clothes on.
I was putting all the men's clothes on and questioning my sexuality.
You're like, you applied for the job. They're like, Eric, nobody works in the change rooms. You're behind the cash. Yeah. Hey, does my name just come up like that randomly, or are you making it do that?
No, when I remove the comment, your name comes back up.
Good.
Chuck says he only buys $5 glasses because he loses them weekly. That makes a lot of sense. That is, so smelling all the men's clothes instead of selling all the men's clothes. This has become a witch hunt on my sexuality since we started this thing.
Yeah, but you started it.
I didn't mean to. I was like, hey, first question. Never have I ever experimented with my own sexual orientation. And I'm like, shit, this is going to be fun. Never have I ever spied on my neighbors. That's a good one.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, hold on. Oh yeah, he's up right now. I would face the camera to him, but it's my laptop, so he'll see it for sure. but this guy, his big kitchen, he's got one of those big like sliding door windows and no curtains, and he's there all the time, and he's there till usually till 4 a.m. He's just sitting on his computer at his kitchen table.
Nice.
He's there right now.
You can see him right now. I wish we could see him. That'd be amazing. But yeah, you're just holding a laptop.
Yeah,
like, look at him. Everybody, look at him.
Look at it.
Do it. Here's a good one. Never have I ever smoked a cigar, cigarette, or joint while receiving head. Hope this isn't too appropriate for y'all. Christopher.
Carl. It's rude.
Look at this. All the beers are coming in. Here we go. Chuck and Travis. Never have I ever smoked a cigar. Well, no. First of all, if I was smoking a joint, I'd have so much anxiety that I wouldn't even know where my penis is.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure I've smoked a cigarette.
Although I wish I did when I was in my vaping days. That'd be fun. Just blowing clouds up top. That'd be sick. I know Travis has done that for sure. Double beer on that one. To be funny if we just heard him yell, "Oh, hey, I can hear you, asshole," like your neighbor. That's funny.
No, he's in another. It's across the parking lot.
Oh, I know your apartment. I know. Yeah, I know. I can picture it exactly.
Yeah.
Me and my brother are laughing our heads off. Good. That's the idea of the show. The next question on the list, and then also feel free to comment, guys, and also please make sure that you're sharing this. We are having some fun here. Never have I ever really liked a song by Justin Bieber. I'm gonna have to drink to that one.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby, no.
For anyone who's ever seen Patrick host a show at the end, at the very end, please thank you for coming to the show. Blah 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 blah. You can make sure you clear your servers and stuff. Blah 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 blah. Thank you. My name's Justin Bieber. Have a good night.
Yeah, I used to do that all the time. And then one time, I think it was Arya. You remember Arya, the guy that ran that?
The Yucks. Yeah.
He
the guy who used to wear blazers with no shirts underneath. Yeah. I remember him.
He caught on that I was doing that, and then he did my intro one night, and he's like, "Give it up for your host, Justin Bieber," and I was like, "Oh,
No, you're like, don't do
you
that.
ruined it. Now it's not funny anymore."
Emma's for sure like the song by Justin Bieber. Emma, if you want to join again, I think you'd be a fun addition to the show again this week. Emma joined on the first episode and was super funny. I think we need a woman's perspective in here.
I stalked. I tried to stalk him once.
Stalk who? Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
How?
When he was, it was like early on when his. Remember when that Never Say Never movie came out?
No.
His documentary.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He.
I'm just drinking for fun. By Emma, Justin.
Really creepy. I knew. Obviously, everyone knows he's from Stratford, and then his neighborhood was. His house is on the screen a lot, and I saw the number on the house, and then me and my friend, his name's Jordan Atkinson, we were in college together, and he we went on Google Maps. It was like when Street View was like still kind of new, and we I don't know how we narrowed down the neighborhood, but we went through, and then we found the house. And then we drove there on our reading week, and I don't think he was around, but it was around Christmas. I think it was around Christmas.
Did you at least make a documentary out of this? Like, were you filming?
No.
Oh, no, that's way creepier.
we just did it for ourselves.
No, for personal use.
Yeah, we didn't have the courage to go to the door or anything, even just to meet his grandparents. But
if anyone knows Patrick, they know he's a very talented filmmaker. So I thought maybe it was for film. It wasn't. It was just for personal use. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please share this live stream. We're playing Never Have I Ever live on the show, and also we're all right. Like Patrick and I are both probably going to get some bits out of this, I'm guessing. So this is how we keep current and you know what I'm talking about. We can't try to keep creative is the word.
Blake asked if I was playing Flight Simulator earlier. No, I'm actually working the drive-through at Tim Hortons.
Actually, Blake's favorite joke of yours is when the joke that you did very early on in your career.
I know what you're gonna say.
No, yeah, the one about the toast. We'll leave it. We'll talk about it another time.
Yeah,
that's Blake.
I used to be so comfortable saying that.
I know, man. I'm gonna pull that video up and ruin your goddamn career. Russ Doyle says, "Never have I ever mud wrestled in a bar." It's a no on both. I'm gonna drink because I'm thirsty, but that sounds fun. I feel like see if anyone's putting.
Where do you do that?
Blake says, "Tell the toast joke." What? Where do you do mud wrestling in a bar?
Yeah,
I'm sure if you got muddy enough, you could do it in any bar. Really.
What was that? What was that? Remember that very briefly? Remember where? What was it called? The London Taps.
Oh yeah, it became like a country bar for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, they probably did mud wrestling there.
What happened was, I think that night, and why they only lasted so long, they're called the Lone Star House or the Lone Star or something. What they did is there was a big country act in town, and it was like a Brad Paisley or something. He was playing cops, and they had an official after party. And to use Brad Paisley's name, like official Brad Paisley after party, I think the owners had to pay like 20 grand. And then they're like, we'll make it back. We're gonna have everyone who was at the show in our bar. It's gonna be no problem. And no one came, and they're out of business, I think, the next week, which is a sad story. But that's what you get for being a country bear. Never have I ever went to bed with a 10 and woke up with a 5. I think he's talking about someone who was done up well, and then when you saw them in the morning, they were ugly.
Ooh, it's like sleeping over at Eric Johnston.
I was just gonna say, I think
you're like,
I'm gonna
Mom,
have to drink.
You have your own room.
I'm gonna have to drink. I'm gonna have to drink a couple times for that, and not because of your reason. Oh, that's a good one, Chuck. Nancy thought you meant 10 and 5 dollars. That's probably happened too in Vegas. Never have I ever seriously slapped someone.
Yeah, I've never.
You've never?
I feel like you have. You're a slapper.
I'm more of a flavor.
Yeah, probably a woman too.
Okay, what are you trying to fucking ruin my career? I've never hit anyone. Never mind a woman. I'd be actually more scared to punch a woman than a guy. Because they have nails. Chuck slapped somebody. Big drink from Chuck. I knew I was going to upset Travis with the country boys thing. I'm sorry. No, I've never slapped anyone. I've only been in 3 fights in my life, and I won them all, but they were all with like unworthy opponents. I was just bigger than them in every way. I fought my best friend, actually. One of my best friends on a front lawn in St. Catharines. We were both drunk, and he was chirping me. I'm like, hey, we're just going to fight then. You and I are just going to fist fight. And then we went out to the front lawn and fist fought. And his name is Dan, and he probably weighs, at the time, he probably weighed 110 pounds. At the time, I was probably 220. And I just punched him 3 times and then just picked him up and dropped him and fell on top of him. And then the fight was over. But then a week later, he punched me so hard in the fucking shin that I couldn't walk for 2 weeks. So he won the battle.
Yeah. I think I've been in one fight. It was like must have been like grade 5 or 6. And it was one of those fights where nobody won. We were both so terrible. It was like we just gave up because we were tired and people were laughing at us.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. It literally just stopped. We were like, oh.
Okay.
All right.
You want to go play Pokemon? Or
literally, I just remember people laughing at us, making fun of it.
Here we go. Never have I ever escaped from class. I used to skip school all the time and leave class. I had a teacher in grade 12 who used to say, Eric, you can take the attendance down, and then I just wouldn't come back. And he knew I would do that. He actually didn't want me in the class so much. He's like, who wants to take the attendance down? I'd be sitting there actually trying to learn. He's like, Eric, you go ahead. And I would go up, and he'd hand me the attendance. He's like, don't come back. I'm like, all right. And he would mark me there, and he passed me. I think he gave me a 60. I didn't turn anything in. It was grade 12 religion. I'll never forget it.
Oh. What is that? Were you experimenting with him?
I was. Yeah, no, that's exactly why. You got to get by. You got to get by somehow. Never have I ever had an open relationship.
No.
Open relationship, which means you're allowed. I was in an open relationship, my last one, but I didn't know.
Yeah, she was cheating on
only she knew, and the other guy who lived on the mountain, her only male Hamilton friend, and I was like, "You guys are really close."
Wait, like, so he actually thought that?
No, she's just a piece of shit. And the last text I ever got from her was her talking.
Oh yeah, to him
about how Eric.
But she sent it to you by accident.
Yeah, yeah, and then
by accident.
Yeah, and then she pulled in the driveway, and I had her stuff. She had a bunch of stuff in boxes in my basement, and it was out the front door in like 30 seconds. I haven't seen her since. Yeah. It was her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday!
It was like that Larry David. What did they call it? Like the accident on purpose text.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, sorry, it was like that, but. But I don't know if she meant it because she needed me to help her move, and because here's the thing, I had broken up with her because we'd become very distant. And the distance was because she was banging this other dude, and I just thought we just don't get along anymore. And so I had actually broken up with her, and she was still living in the house because she needed a place to stay and whatever. And then she was like, I'm going to go to my friends for the weekend. I hope you don't mind. I'm like, hey, we're broken up. You can do whatever you want. And then she spent the weekend at the dude's house. Yeah. And anyway, so I kicked her out. But so I was in an open relationship without knowing.
Look at Travis's comment. That's what she told the other guy. About Eric.
I just live with him. He's more of a roommate. With a toast guy, there it is. I gotta bring another one. Never have ever lied in this game. No, we've been pretty honest so far. Never have I ever been kicked out of a bar.
Yes,
I've actually, maybe because I drink in the right places.
I got kicked out of Che once.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott said he felt bad about it, but he had no choice. I was like, so obviously, like, he said I looked like a zombie. I was just like, I have no memory of this, but I remember.
I'm gonna drink just because there's a good chance I have him. But go ahead.
And he, I guess, was just walking around like a zombie, and then he had kicked me out. But then I somehow got back in, like through the back door or something. So I came back in. So he said it was like a movie. He saw them remove me from the front, And then he was like serving some customers, and then he looked up. He said it was like a zombie movie, because then just there I was again.
You came back in. You're like,
He's
surprise!
Like, how the hell did you get back in? They kicked me out again, so I got kicked out twice.
I actually once saw myself out of a bar. I knew I was so drunk, and I did a shot, and I threw it up immediately underneath the bar. And first of all, I'm echoing in your headphones. Am I still in your headphones? Or coming through your computer? Yeah.
My headphones.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Anyway, so I did the shot and I threw it up immediately. And I looked at the bouncer and I went, I'll see myself out. And he's like, all right. And I just walked out to the street and I threw up like 5 more times. And I'm like, cab? And then I went back to the fucking went home. I was wasted, but fucking yeah. That's Rochelle says that's got to be a sidebar story. No, it wasn't. I actually think it was in St. Catharines, but that does sound like something I would do. Sidebar is a place where you used to go and just do shots and get fucked up. I've been kicked out of a bar I was bouncing at. That's probably
That's awesome.
Amazing story. Also, everyone who's watching now, like I've been saying throughout the show, please share the stream. We are playing a live version of Never Have I Ever drinking game. And also, if you're watching, please comment your Never Have I Evers. And also, if you something that comes up in the Never Have I Ever, like Chuck has done and like Scott has done here, and like Travis has done, if you've done the thing, and like Emma's done, she's drinking wine. If you've done the thing, beer mug, you got to drink. We're gonna keep going here. I'll check myself out. Very good. Let's go to the next one. Never have I ever refused a kiss. Like when someone tries to kiss you, you're like, no, thank you.
Like unconsensually.
I feel like there's a story here.
Yeah, I don't talk to my Uncle Dave anymore.
No, I guess maybe what it means is if you were out on a bar at the bar on a date with someone and then they tried to kiss you. Have you ever been like, no, thank you?
No, it was slim pickings a lot of the time.
Yeah, I fucking take what I can get. I've literally. There's been some times where I'm just like, we have nothing in common, and I'll be like, fuck, I was gonna make out with them. No, I need a good story.
Yeah, I've never been like, no, that's not. Like, come on, I'll deal with that.
I don't think that's appropriate. Actually, we probably shouldn't. I guess it's more of a girl question because Emma says, "Yeah, duck, dived, and dodged." But yeah,
women have.
Yeah, I think that's more of a girl question. Yeah, guys are just like, "Fuck it, I'll make it." I don't give a shit. Girls are like, "No, I don't think." But okay, we can maybe flip. We can maybe flip the question because it's more of a guys. Of course, we would. Have you ever tried to kiss someone and been refused, where someone's like, yeah, right, get away from me?
Yeah, for sure. Let me get another 2 for.
I can't think of anything specifically sober, but drunk, maybe. Or like just try to play it off and like kiss them on the cheek. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Probably not. Maybe, probably. Yeah, the answer is probably. I'm just going to drink some thirsty.
Where did you find these questions?
It's a list called 50 extremely good never have I ever questions to spice up any party. That's the name of the article. Never have I ever eaten food that's fallen on the floor.
Yeah, like if I dropped it on the floor, then yeah. But Cameron, he's probably watching.
Yeah,
yeah. Cameron Davidson.
Yeah, I'll just give his last name. I knew who he was before the last name, but yeah, go ahead.
We were. He came in. He was coming to Levity. We're at on the main floor. We come in through the foyer. I think I had to open the doors for him or something. He comes in. There's a slice of pizza, topside down on the floor. And he picks it up and starts eating it in the elevator. And then I think he was first doing it as a joke, and then because he wanted the elevator to open and I was obviously like laughing and grossed out. So he showed all the staff. He's eating this pizza he found on the floor. But at the end of the day, he finished it, and you just ate a pizza that
face down on the floor
at Jackson Square.
I've never done anything like that.
Rest in peace, Cam. I don't know.
Yeah, wherever you are. Nothing wet. I'll say nothing wet that I've ever dropped onto the floor have I eaten.
Yeah, because
like a chip or a peanut or yeah, for sure. My beach room. When I get up from the living room couch, it's just snacks on the outside of me, and then I get up and I turn around and I just eat. I'm like, ooh, M&M, ooh, all dressed, ooh, Cool Ranch. Save those for a trip, for myself. Russ says he grew up with Cam. Well, that's good. Well, now you know something about it.
Did he always eat food off the floor?
This is like one of those things where people are trying to learn about you, and you're like, you know, Cam, this is something he did. I'm impressed that even worked. I'm not sure. Maybe the pizza. That's probably funny.
The pizza worked?
Yeah. Emma's drank. Everyone's done that, I think. Everyone's drinking to that. Okay, let's keep going. Never ever. Oh, this is a good one. Spicy. Ooh, caliente. Never have I ever been sexually, I guess it doesn't say sexually, but I'm assuming sexually. Never have I ever been with the former lover of a friend.
Like, in what capacity?
Sexually, I'm assuming. So your buddy breaks up with a chick and you banged her. I just drank the rest of my drink. Oh, I'm gonna have to crack a fresh one for this one.
What was your ex's name again?
You're the guy? Oh man. So I was in an open relationship with you? Weird. No, I did that. Yeah. Yeah. It's Hamilton, Stony Creek. You're gonna bang with someone you know is ex-girlfriend. It just happens. Driver says bro code. I'm a pretty big believer in bro code, but sometimes you gotta fucking. What you have to do is what I did actually is I told the guy that had happened, and he was pissed. But then he was like, well, fuck it, she's an idiot. I was like, yeah, to sleep with me, you're right. And it was here, and my mom actually came in the morning, and the girl was in the bed, and she was like, aren't you so-and-so's girlfriend? I swear to God. Oh, that's a big sipper.
I don't know what the sadder part of that story is.
I still pull him into the house, man. Plot twist. Met the friend after. That is that's a big one. That's a spicy caliente.
Have you ever walked into your mom's room and like, Frank?
No. My mom is a saint.
Aren't you our mailman?
No, our mailman's ugly. My mom's classy. Where are we at? Does anyone have any comments before I go back to the list? This one's getting spicy. Well, except for the next one's super lame. Have I ever fallen asleep on a bus and missed my stop? No. You?
I think I have. I used to work in Burlington, and it was like 2 or 3 buses to get to my house, and I worked late. I'm pretty sure at least once I've woken up and not known where I was, and I was the only one on the bus.
You're like, he's like, he must live here.
Yeah.
Repost. Never have I ever told a girl I killed it at a show that I bombed at to get laid.
Yeah, that's the name of Eric's memoir.
That's actually what I'm going to call my next special. I killed, but didn't.
I killed at a show that I bombed at to get laid.
No, but I will say this: I have, any girl that I've ever brought on a date to a show, I've had sex with after.
Every girl.
Pretty much. Yeah. I think if I've ever had a date where the girl comes to see me live, they get to come see me live after. You know what I'm saying?
Do they get a T-shirt too?
Yeah, they send them on the way with a bullwhip shirt and a sticker. My mom's like, "You want breakfast?"
You get breakfast, a T-shirt.
Never have I ever been on a city transit of any kind in point in my life. Well, where I think a lot of people are gonna have to drive. Travis lives in Medicine Hat, Alberta, and he's probably been driving since he was 13. So, Rochelle brings up a great point. How is that a date? You'd be surprised how many girls like I should come to your show. It's not my idea generally. I swear.
Want to come watch me talk for 30 minutes?
I know we could talk to each other, but you want to see me talk.
And then when I'm done, you can talk to me about me. About how great I am.
I would never do that.
And you're buying the first round.
Never have I made love with someone from university. Well, I went to.
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's the question. Must be a British site.
Like they're in university now.
Never have I ever made love with someone in university.
Did you go to post-secondary?
No, bro. I went to Humber for a year and dropped out, and then I actually went for theater performance. And I dropped out to focus on stand-up comedy or just try to start stand-up comedy. And I dropped out of Humber. Didn't even know that Humber had a stand-up comedy course. I could have just transferred. And I was like, nah, I'm dropping out. I dropped. My mom didn't talk to me for like 2 months, which is awkward when you live here. And then I went to the Vancouver Film School for a year and actually graduated. Yeah.
You'd still be living there if you did the Humber stand-up course.
Yeah, exactly. Rochelle said, "Do you have sex with them under that picture of you after?" No, I don't. I have a picture of The Sopranos in my bedroom, though.
No, that's he always asks to borrow mine. I think that's what that's.
I'm like, I want to make you more comfortable. Here's a picture of Patrick. I gotta pause for a sec, ladies and gentlemen. Please share this stream. We are starting to heat up. I think these things are getting more sexual as the list goes on here. There's 50 extremely good never have I ever. So now is the time to share. Emma says that's 1,000 points for Rochelle. Yeah, she's funny. Rochelle's been busting my balls since I met her in 2009, I think. We just have that kind of relationship, right? She likes to make fun of me, and it's really nice of her, and I enjoy it a lot.
Has she seen you perform?
Yeah, I know Rochelle. She used to be the bartender at Sidebar. Used to date Johnny Mercanti. You know her. You met her.
But can she validate your claim then? She saw you.
Oh no. She was working at the bar. It didn't count. I never came close to her. If I came closer, she would have punched me right in the face. Never have I ever sexually been in handcuffs.
Not been in them. I've used them.
Well, look at you, Swigga. No, I haven't. I haven't been. I think, yeah, one girl had them, and I was like, we had them to put them, and then I just forgot, and then next thing I know, we were back watching Jersey Shore. It didn't really matter. It was just, it all happened too fast. They were there on the nightside table, but I never used them.
Yeah.
And if someone tried to put me in handcuffs, I would fucking, like, 'cause I'm claustrophobic, and the idea of being trapped, especially in handcuffs, I would fucking lose my mind. I'd break them. Chuck with a big drink on the handcuffs. There it is.
He's like, I'm wearing them right now.
He's like, I'm actually having a hard time typing. I'm in handcuffs right now. Elsbeth, a comic from Montreal, super funny. Been in handcuffs sexually. There it is. Okay, we're learning about people. I was asked to use them, but use them at work, so it was gross. But because he's a correctional officer, so he used them at work, so it's gross for him. It's not a fantasy. I can see if you're handcuffing dudes all day, and if a girl was like, "Put me in handcuffs," he's like, "I don't like to take my work home with me." Never have I ever taken part in a talent show. I have, and we'd also do that all the time with our careers. So that's kind of a lame one. Oh, we're heating up though. Never have I ever taken part in a threesome. Cheers. But I will tell you this, they were both awful. I had one of the good ones and one of the bad ones. One of the good ones with two girls and one of the bad ones with two dudes. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I know. That was a fucking underhand pass for you, pal.
One of them was bad. There was a girl at one of
It was great until the chick showed up. No, I had two, and they were both pretty unsuccessful. The first one with the two dudes and the girl was really unsuccessful.
Two dudes?
No, like me and another guy. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This is not outericjohnston.com. Jesus Christ.
You're like, his name was Ashley. He was born in the early 2000s. It counts.
No, it was a girl and a friend of mine, which made it weird. We haven't really talked about it ever since, but yeah, that was bad. We were both wasted. The girl was disappointed in a lot of ways. And then the other one was because me and the dude just kept making out. I'm like, what? I kissed a lot of my male friends on the lips.
Are you guys going to involve me at some point?
Yeah, she was pissed. She's like, what do I do?
Yeah, you hold the camera. Why do you think we asked you to come in?
Yeah. No, that was not the case, unfortunately, for your fantasies. But you, Patrick, do you have a story for the class?
Those are for me.
Oh,
those
wow.
are for me.
You know what? You're allowed to have, I think, one explanation.
Who's watching?
You're like, they're here. All 7 of them are here. Just laughing. Everyone's having a real good time. The good one was the two dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm laughing too hard into this microphone. My sound
because you phrased it, good one and the bad one.
Yeah. I had a good one and a bad. If I had years of staunch heterosexuality, if I said good one and bad one, I'd be like, oh, he means one with 2 girls, one with 2 guys. But I've been making dance videos today. I made one with shirtless, so it doesn't really help my cause.
Did you ever do Manolis gets a lot of joy out of asking people this question, but he's like, if you were in prison and your cellmate was going to rape you, but he was kind enough to give you the choice, ass or mouth, what would you choose?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I'm not answering.
People that are watching, post your answers because I'm curious. I say mouth. Okay. I say mouth every time, and he thinks that he makes fun of me. He thinks that's the worst. And he always says, you want it in the mouth. I don't want it in the mouth. You're telling me I have to pick one. And he thinks that's too personal. So he wants the ass.
I guess he does have a point.
Yeah, but that's way more painful. He's not making love to you, he's raping you.
Okay. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna go back to the predetermined list and not let Manolis' questions come into the mix anymore. This one's slightly less weird. Oh, weird. I don't know. Never have I ever stalked an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend on social media.
Yeah, we all have.
Yeah, I think everyone's drunk who's watching now.
Yeah, you shouldn't, but
I actually. When I was in that open relationship that I wasn't aware of, once we broke up, she had blocked everyone, not only me, anyone that she had ever met through me. Like I couldn't text someone and be like, yo, you check that Instagram, see what the fuck's going on there. It was like she blocked my cousin's ex-girlfriend, like everyone. She just knew she fucked up so bad that she just blocked everyone.
Yeah.
However, I had an account that I used for an old comedy production that I used to run, that Comedy Fest Canada.
Oh yeah.
And she didn't block so she didn't block that.
That's funny.
So I went into her profile and she had already like a week later been like a picture with the dude, like deleted all the pictures of me, obviously, and fucking like look at the dude, like we're so happy together. Since that we've broken up, she's had that same picture with 4 different dudes. So, but yeah, I found that.
So you're still checking?
No, I've seen it.
Yeah.
It comes up sometimes.
It's okay. Are you crying?
No. Where everyone's just gonna drink. That is next level. I just was so mad. It was more of an ego's pursuit than anything.
I remember you sent me a picture of her car in someone's driveway from your car window.
The only one.
You're like, look, this is where he lives. What a loser.
That is true.
Look at this car.
Because it was on. I had dropped her off there before to like hang out with this dude, so I knew where the house was. And This is what a fucking idiot I am.
You dropped her off there?
Yeah, like they were going to some guy. He was like a nerd. He was like a Comic-Con nerd, and she was a Comic-Con nerd too. And they were going to this thing together. And I didn't want to go. And she's like, well, I'll go with so-and-so. And I'm like, okay, fine. It gives me the afternoon away from you, to be honest. And I just dropped her off. So I knew where the house was. And then obviously they ended up together. And then that house is on the way to my sister's vintage clothing store on Concession. So I'd have to drive by it all the fucking time. It's the only street to get to the shop. And I'd go to visit my sister. And then, yeah, her car was in the driveway, and I sent you a picture, and I was like, "Look at this fucking psycho!" And I was like, "Oh, I'm the one." Yeah, I dropped her off. Never have I ever dropped my girlfriend off at some other guy's house to have sex. Oh man,
Drink, Eric, drink.
Hold on, I gotta fucking. I just had to prepare my hand.
Oh fuck!
Oh, that's not funny. Oh man, that is funny. Okay, let's go back to the list.
You still didn't answer. Ask your mouth, Eric.
No, I'm not answering that question. No matter what I say, it's gonna come off gay, and I'm already way in too deep today. So fuck that. Never have I ever made fun of someone. You guys, everyone in this chat better fucking drink. Jesus Christ, I'm getting killed here. I'm like, this is a good show idea. I'll do never have I ever. It just turned into a gay witch hunt. I'm talking about my ex-girlfriend.
Okay, let's get her in here.
No, she probably would. She needs the work. Where I don't even remember our last question. Never have I ever what? Oh, made fun of someone.
Even like you had another ex, and you were at. This was like you had been broken up for like at least a year or two. You were talking. You were all drunk. And you're talking about how you don't care anymore, and you're like, whatever, doesn't matter. I don't even care. I don't even think about her anymore. I just found out she's engaged, so I guess we're officially never happening again.
Yeah, I wrote a joke about that. It wasn't a real thing.
No, you told me in person before you started talking about it.
I said it's funny how stupid guys are, because guys would be like, well, it's not until the girl gets engaged to somebody else that you're like, okay, well, I guess that's done. Because guys are stupid and they think that they can get any girl back. And by guys, I'm talking about myself, but I think it's a pretty universal thing.
I'll never forget that. You're like, I don't even care anymore. In the same sentence, you're like, so I guess that's not happening again.
I forget how much I confide in you. You're done. You're cut off. The vault is sealed. You're done.
Yeah, I'm releasing a book soon with all your secrets.
I'm sure it'll be a top seller. Anyone who is watching, I got to remind you again, we're going to wrap up the show soon, but I'm going to remind everyone, please, if you're watching, please share the stream. We're having a very nice evening at my expense. And also, if you haven't ever have I ever, please comment it. I will put it on the show, and we'll have a good time and just destroy me mentally and physically and emotionally. But I'm seeing a lot of people sharing this. I'm now looking, everyone's sharing. That's super nice. So okay, back to the list. I should mention we've had a couple hundred people come in and out already, which is again very nice. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. This is the world that we live in now as entertainers, where we've got to do live streams. But I'm trying to do something different, and never have I ever seemed like a great fucking idea.
I like the live streams. I live stream myself playing poker, and 2 people watch, and they both make fun of me.
Yeah, you're killing it.
One of them's like, "You have a problem," and then they leave.
Okay, here we go. We've done neighbors. Yeah, I bounced around on the list, so I'm gonna go back. Never have I ever escaped from class. Open relationship. We've done that. Never have I ever cheated on a test. Yeah, that's how I got through all of high school.
Me and Jason Allen did a driver's ed right before all this happened, and he cheated off my test, and we got 95%.
Yeah.
Even the teacher was like, "Oh," he's like, "Because you pass the test around so the other students mark it, then you give it back, and then she asked out loud your name, and then you give her the mark you had." And me and Jason were back to back, and we both had the exact same mark, and she's like, "Oh, very nice, same mark, and you're sitting right beside each other."
Yes, we only got one question wrong. It was when he didn't know how to answer.
You had him on last time, didn't you?
I did. Jason was great. He was on Haven't Seen It the other day. I never realized. I haven't seen a lot of shit. I didn't know. I don't know what Jason likes. I never known what he likes. He's a kind of a mystery man like that. So it was nice to see and learn about it. Yeah, he loves to smoke.
Cigarettes.
I know,
like cigarettes.
Oh, this is another great question. Never have I ever stopped remembering my first love. So let's just bring that up again.
So wait, if I have stopped, I can drink?
Yes, I don't know how the question works, but yeah.
All right.
I'm just gonna drink anyways.
I was thinking about that recently, actually.
Your first love?
I forgot. So I've been thinking about her. No. It's weird how you forget. I can't remember what she sounds like.
Yeah. Now you're married to somebody else.
Yeah. I don't remember what she sounds like.
No, I don't even know the first. I guess the first time I was in love with that was that, like, real love, like where you're like, oh my god, this is what love is. I wasn't until I was like 23. There was that girl who's now engaged to somebody else, but everything else, like high school stuff, you're like, oh, I love you. This is so in love. I'm so in love. Yeah, the hard thing that people have a hard time defining is true love versus first love, because true love and first love kind of have the same weight. It's like the first time that you feel love, and the first time you have the conversation with yourself, is this true love or is this first love? And you got to have that conversation with yourself. Either way, she's engaged to somebody else, so we're not gonna
engaged. Probably married now.
No, it's
happy.
She's probably so happy. Great. Barb says great show and drinking game. I was getting tired of drinking a lot. I will say I've been drinking way too much recently. It's kind of the only thing to do. You went the other way with it. And you know this about me. When we go out, I don't know if you know this about me, but when we go out, obviously I drink. We work in bars. You own a bar. Like, you are a manager of a bar comedy club. So when we're together, there's alcohol involved. But I never drink at home. I never, like, even if we're having a family dinner, everyone's having a glass of wine, I won't even have that. I won't even have a glass of wine or anything like that. But, like, since this quarantine started, I've been having like 2 to 6 drinks a night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you quit.
I've had anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until we open again.
Yeah. Yeah. When Levity Comedy Club comes back, make sure you guys check it out.
Yeah, it was the same way. Only at work, but I was always at work. So.
Oh, this is a great question. Never. This pertains to me. Never have I ever woken up drunk still the next day. I think.
Yeah.
That's
a lot.
It's funny when you don't realize that you're still drunk until you try to do something with your hands or voice, and you're like, "Whoa, I'm still fucking wasted."
Or you get up and you make that first step.
Yeah. Or you wake up and you're like, "Oh my god, I am not hungover! What a miracle!" And then like 5 minutes goes by, and you're like, "Oh, it's because I'm still fucking wasted, and the hangover is coming soon."
Yeah,
it does. Leanne says, "I like the show." Thank you, Leanne. Actually, Leanne? Yeah, Leanne's a fantastic comedian. If you want to join Leanne at the end, I don't know if you were prepared.
Oh yeah, we should get some other people on this.
Yeah, I think it was you and I kind of shooting the shit, but I think people are afraid. I would be afraid if I wasn't a comedian and the host of the show. Someone's like, "You want to play Never Have I Ever on the internet to a couple hundred people?" I'd be like, "No." People even, but I will for one last time. She's doing bongs instead of drinks. She's known for that. She's one of those people who gets high. I don't at all. It makes me scared. I'm gonna go to the stream one more time, and I'm gonna share the link to join this stream one more time. Also, while we've stopped here for a second, I am going to remind everyone that if you're watching this show, please share this show. Please share this stream to your friends and followers and family. It means the world to us comedians and to me as the showrunner and to Patrick and also if you don't already know Patrick, he's been the guy making fun of me this whole show. But
in the last 10 years,
and also the last 10 years, him and I started doing comedy at the same time about 10 years ago, and he was a couple months ahead of me. And one of the first show I ever ran in Hamilton, Patrick Coppolino was on, and we've been friends ever since.
Yes, I have been your friend ever since.
Yeah, that's the best when you introduce me. When I'm hosting and you're on, and I go, "This guy's one of my best friends in the world," and you go on stage and you're like, "Yeah, I'm his good friend."
I'm his best friend. He's not my best.
Yeah. Lynn Alexander said, "Made up a song about your junk." It's probably a short one. Okay. Leanne, I'd love to have you on next time if you want to come on the show. Never have I ever stole something. We did it up the top of the show. I used to steal all the time when I used to work at Winners. And Patrick used to steal sunglasses all the time. So that's the kind of person he is. Oh, never have I ever kissed my best friend. I don't know if that's male or female.
Can Kath hear you? Is it rude not to say yes?
Okay, that's not nice. Emma's going a little pedestrian. Oh, I will go back to kiss my best friend. I've never kissed any of my male best friends. I don't have any female best friends. So my answer is no. I just drank because I wanted to. If everyone saw that. Emma's having a sip. Have you kissed any of your male best friends? Do you have any female friends? When you're married, you're not really allowed to have any female friends, I'm guessing. Even though your wife is really cool, you still don't. You're just not going to hang out with a female. That's just a comic. And you're like working together. And you like hang out. I don't know. I'm not married. I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah. You know.
And this brings up a good point. Rochelle says female friends are just girls you're trying to smooch. That's true. I think guys are incapable of having it. Big J Okerson has a great bit about this where you could be female friends with someone and you can think everything can be great. You can get along with them. You can have the same interest in TV and movie shows and you could talk and hang out and everything's great. And if she's single and you're single, there's something in your brain, the male's brain goes, we should try throwing sex into the mix here.
That's my favorite. Like when there's a guy and a girl at the club, and if I'm hosting, I'm always like, you always ask, and you always assume they're together. You're like, oh, are you guys dating? They're like, no, just friends. Oh, how long have we been just friends for? And they're like, oh, like I don't know, a year or two. And then you look at the girl, and you're like, he wants to fuck you, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody laughs, and usually gets like an applause. And then I always wonder how awkward their friendship is after that night
where they're in the car and she's like, so that comedian. Like, it's crazy that he would say that. Like I would do it. I mean, I wouldn't, but I mean, if you wanted to, I would. Yeah, all guys with a female best friend are just waiting for her to go, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Say if they're single. And, it's funny when guys have a female best friend and she's in a relationship and the guy can actually is capable of being a good friend of hers until the second that person, the female, becomes single, and then the guy's attitude changes completely. He's there to console her. Like, oh, he was a real piece of shit, and you didn't deserve that. And
I like how you talk about yourself in third person. And then he does.
I've actually never done this. This is the one thing I haven't done. I'm always very straightforward about who I am as a person. I don't try to hide too much.
How look at. That's like Travis's thing. How old is he? Is he 16?
I kissed my wife's best friend while we were just dating during a game of Truth or Dare. He's playing in the bottle. Oh, at the end, very good. Never have I ever had sex in Gage Park, a very popular Hamilton park. I haven't. No. Oh, look at you little devil.
What about Gore Park? Huh?
Whoa, that's the one a lot of people can drive by.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna have a sip because I'm gonna have a sip because I'm gonna make it more general. I'm gonna make up a general if I've ever had sex in a park.
Yeah, well, that's illegal in playgrounds, Eric.
Sometimes you just gotta let me. No, I think when I've lived at home for a long time, and you can't sneak every girl in. Sometimes you gotta go to a park or something. I swam in the Gore Park fountain. That's cool.
Ooh,
And that's
what?
You
So you get hepatitis A, B, and C.
hepatitis. Eric describes how every girl was ever taken from him.
Yeah, that should be a show.
How I lost him.
Yeah.
Chuck drinks. He's had sex in a park. Great. We're gonna keep going here.
Well, the one that you were holding out for, you put the last nail in that coffin when you did my podcast.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing. I was fucking. I was heartbroken, and you're like, "Hey, I got this podcast," and podcasts were like existed, but they didn't.
Yep.
Wasn't as big as podcasts are now. And I'm like, "What's that?" You're like, "Oh, we'll just sit and we'll talk. We'll have a conversation. You just tell me all your feelings and."
And you just drained everything.
And I was like, you know what? I haven't really talked to anyone about this. I'll just lay it all out there.
And then I put it on the internet for everyone.
Yeah, I had just broken up with a girl I was with for 3 years who I truly loved. And you're like, what do you want to talk about, buddy? You want to? You just kept steering the conversation. I took the reins. I will admit that because I needed to get it out. But then you're like, and then what was that like? And I just fucking, just another wave would come, and you're like, and how did that make you feel? And I'm like, brum, brum. And then she heard it,
and then didn't she hear it and then text you like, I heard your podcast, you asshole. She said, I went out and fucked the first guy I saw, and now she's engaged to him.
She's not engaged to him. But yeah, she did that. She went out and found a guy.
Look how sad you are.
Let's move on. Rochelle says that's 100% factual. She probably did. Okay. Never have I ever fought in the street. Never have I ever fought in the street. I've never. Never fought.
Did a person say that, or is that from
you know a comedian who got beat up by two chicks in the middle of Hess Street? That's a funny story.
Oh yeah. Zach McDonald, what's up?
You know what? I always say, like, yeah, we know someone or we know whatever. And you're like, oh, yeah, Zach, I remember that. Yeah, I guess he chirped some girl and then they beat the shit out of him in the middle of the street. And the best part, you were his best friend and you filmed the whole thing and put that on the internet.
I did. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you are a bad person.
I know. Well, what was I going to do? Jump in?
Yeah, you're just like, well, I'll have the evidence. And actually, I think he did use it as evidence. But then the cops just laughed at him. I'm like, what'd you do? He's like, I'm a comedian. I made fun of them on stage. So they beat the shit out of me.
I mean, like, it was good that he didn't fight back, but he
just stood there and
because of it, he got really, his mouth was covered in blood.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that you took a picture of him too and put that on the internet, the aftermath.
Yeah.
Never have I ever illegally taken something across the border.
No.
I almost accidentally did.
Mm-hmm.
So you're as a comic, you know that sometimes people in the audience give you weed. Does that happen to you? People often give you weed. Yeah. So people after a show, like, you were super funny, man, and they just give you weed. Now, I don't smoke weed, but a lot of my friends do. Actually, my best friend who just signed in, Matt Foster, he's a fan of the.
Wait, he's your best friend?
Yeah, he's my actual best friend. You're just my pretend friend. Okay. He's a fan of the Devil's Lettuce. So what I usually do is after a show, people give me weed and I take it home and I just give it to him or I give it to my other friends. Like, hey, I got a bunch of weed from someone. Here you go. And they're like, sick. I did that and I forgot to take it. I forgot to do that. So I just threw it in my glove compartment in my car. And it was like, it was probably, I don't know, weed, but it was probably like 7 grams of weed. Like, it was a big chunk of weed. And I was crossing the border to go to Michigan for a tour. And it was the first time I was re-upping my U.S. work permit. So when you re-up your U.S. work permit, you actually have to go in for like an interview and like at the border, and while you're interviewing, they toss your car. Like, they go through everything in your car. Like, but I was at the last en route before the border in Windsor, and I crossed, and I was like, it smells like, it was like a miracle. I'm like, I smell weed, and I fucking like looked in the glove compartment. It was like 7 grams of weed, And
No,
I was
you
like,
don't even smoke.
and I don't even smoke weed. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I threw it in the garbage bin and then whatever. And then sure enough, I go through the border. They interview me and they toss my car. And when I get back into my car, my center glove box was just torn completely apart. Change, leather gloves, fucking old receipts everywhere. Probably because the dogs could still smell it.
Because it would still smell.
Yeah, but there was nothing there.
Yeah.
So they just, and they, if it was still there, they would 100%, I would have went to jail. Like it was like they don't fuck around with weed, especially in Michigan and crossing the border. So I came very close. It was like a gift from God that I didn't get busted and cross the fucking border.
If I ever got stuff like that, that shows, if the comedy club has a condo, we'd usually hide stuff like that in the condo somewhere, like in the ceiling tiles or like even just in a drawer. And then if you find out who's coming the next weekend, you give them a heads up where to find it.
Hey, there's a gram of weed in the fucking kettle. Love
weed.
Yeah. Eric Sucks match just put on. He loves Pat. Everyone loves Pat. Everyone's having a real nice time today. Accidentally took a gram of hash to the Dominican Republic. That actually is very on brand for you, Leanne. That was something you would. I knew some guys. We were on a trip to Cuba. Not my group, but we knew another group that was traveling down at the same time of us, staying at the same resort, and they were from Stony Creek. They put like a fuck ton of MDMA in like workout capsules, and they put it in like a workout, like in a capsule, but in like a bottle of like workout supplements. And they brought they were so, I couldn't believe I don't know how, I don't do MDMA either. I don't know what a lot is, but it was a lot. It was a little fucking thing full of MDMA, and they're like, yeah, we just put it in their creatine bottle. We brought it down, and then they did MDMA for a week in Cuba. So that's pretty serious. I've never done it.
Never done what? MDMA?
MDMA or smuggled drugs.
Anything?
No. I don't do. How would I smuggle drugs? I don't do them and be like, hey, I smuggled these drugs for you.
No, what have you done?
Drugs?
Yeah.
Just weed, man. Just weed. And that's all. And I kind of fucking panic attack. I have a panic attack every single time I smoke weed, so I don't do it.
I can't smoke it either.
Yeah. I need a new list. We've finished everything on the list. Unless everyone has any comments, we're gonna wrap up the show shortly, anyways. But we're gonna do something. We gotta have a big one. Never have I ever. I'm gonna come up with the next Google list. 100 unique never have I ever questions. Hold on. Oh, this is a good one. The first one's a banger. Never have I ever been to a sex party. And I'll drink because it was by accident. Oh, look at you.
I was on purpose.
Oh.
Both times.
Two? You devil, you. Do you want to tell your story?
No, you go first.
Okay. And we'll round out the show. We'll close the show with this because it's a fucking banger of a story. Leanne's just not even mushrooms. No, Leanne, I don't do drugs. Okay. So I'll never forget. It was fucking crazy. I think I've told you this story before, but not everyone's heard it. So I'm going to go. And actually, Emma's going to love this story because it was in Ottawa. Daniel Woodrow and I are doing a week. It was Daniel Wood. I'm emceeing. Daniel Woodrow is featuring, and Mark Bennett is the headliner. It's my first week ever in Ottawa at Absolute Comedy. Now, if there's comics watching, they know that Absolute Comedy is in Ottawa is the best comedy club in Canada. It's always packed, sold out. Energy's fucking crazy. You always have an amazing time at Absolute Comedy Ottawa. Now, years ago, I was talking to a veteran comic, and he said the number one rule is when you're doing a show and you meet someone from the audience, never go with the people somewhere. Never go with them. You can hang out in the comedy club. Great. You can, maybe there's a bar or something. You can do that. That's fun. But if they want to take you to a house party or something like that, never go. Because your power as a comedian is in the club. Everyone knows you from that show, especially if you do well. It's a powerful thing. So you can get the girls or go hang out or get the guys. You can hang out.
There it is.
There it is. And you're powerful in that moment. The second that they bring you to a house party or something like that, you lose all that power. You're just some dude that they brought that nobody knows at the house party. I don't remember who told me it originally, but the rule is never go with the people. So in Ottawa, at the club, across the street from the Absolute Comedy Club, is called it's like a Ship and Anchor or Bear and Dog or Rose and Crown, it's called. And Leanne says, yes, everyone knows the second location is where you get murdered. We didn't get murdered, but very close. We go to the Rose and Crown. Now, in the audience at the show in Ottawa, there's a group of like 20 extremely attractive people. Like model type people, like all the dudes. Oh yeah, Emma says Heart and Crown. Thank you very much, Emma. She's been there. Emma's from Ottawa. So there's a group of like 20 very attractive people, and they're at the show, and they are fucking loving it. Everything that you said, they started the applause break. They started the laughter. Like they were just like one of those perfect tables. After the show, they're like, hey, we're going over to Heart and Crown. You and Daniel should come. Mark's married, and his wife had just had a baby. So, and she's from Ottawa. So that they just kind of went like, he's like, I'm going to go. You guys have fun. So Daniel Woodrow and I'll paint the scene. There's me, who I look like how I look. And Daniel Woodrow is like a 6'4" black guy with a massive afro. He kind of looks like an attractive sideshow Bob. And it's him and I. We go over and we know that you can go to Heart and Crown and it's cool. Everyone hangs out there. It's fun, right? At the end of the night, we're drinking, we're doing shots. There's kind of like this leader dude of the group where he's like a 60-year-old dude and he kind of knows everyone. He's introducing us to every person, Daniel and I. Oh, this is Caitlin. She's a cyclist and she runs a spin class. And oh, this is Mike. He's an accountant. He's introducing us to everyone. Cool. We're hanging out. Now it's like the bar closes. It's like 2:30. We're all standing up front of the street and they're like, hey, we're going to this house party. You guys should come. And Woodrow and I look at each other and we're like, dude, you know the rules. You shouldn't go. This is not something that we should be doing. But then the leader, the 60-year-old dude, pulls up in like a Honda Accord or whatever with 3 fucking gorgeous, like 30 to 40-year-old women in the back. And they're like, come, house party. And Woodrow and I look at each other and we're like, fuck, we should go to this thing. So I get in the front seat. Woodrow's like 6'4". He lays across the girls in the back seat. And we start driving. This guy, I'm also forgetting that the 60-year-old dude was doing shots of Jaeger and stuff all night. Now he's driving. And Emma, I believe the area is called Barhaven, just outside. It's like 45 minutes outside of downtown Ottawa. This guy's driving to this area called Barhaven. It's like a super rich, massive neighborhood. And he's driving and he turns on like Deadmau5 or like David Guetta or something and just starts fucking cranking it. And I turn to him, I'm like, what is this, your son's car? Like as a joke. He's like, nah, I love David Guetta. Me and my wife did so much MDMA at his concert in Cabo San Lucas. And I look at him, I'm like, uh-oh. I was like, this guy fucking parties. So we drive for like 40 minutes. It seems like a day's drive. We get out to this massive house in Barhaven. It's the biggest house I've ever seen in my entire life. We go walk up to the front door with all the people tailed us there too. There was like 6 cars pulled up at once. And we go up and there's this massive Japanese like oak door with etchings in it. And the guy's like, dunk, dunk, dunk. And then it's like, and it opens up to this fucking massive mansion party. And we're all in there, Woodrow and they're just like, walk in. There's a grand piano in the foyer. Let's party. There's fucking red wine. There's hors d'oeuvres. It's crazy. This house has like 100 people in it. We're drinking. We're having fun, whatever. There's like a guy. He's like, what do you want to drink? You want some wine or something? He pulled out like a wine cooler out of the floor. And it was like a fridge that came out of the floor. And he's like, you want some white? Pulled some wine, gave it to us. We're drinking. We're watching the party. We're eating hors d'oeuvres, whatever. Then it ends up being a table of like 20 people. And the guy starts playing. And the perfect story for the show, because they start playing Never Have I Ever. And like all games of Never Have I Ever, it starts pedestrian and becomes very sexual. Never have I ever gone streaking. And they couple people drink. Then the leader says, as a joke, never have I ever fucked my wife in front of a room full of people. And everyone at the table looked, cheersed each other, and fucking.
And then it started.
So I'm like, oh my God, this is a fucking swingers party. We're at the richest swingers party in Barhaven, Ontario. The leader of the pack comes up to Woodrow and I, and he says, hey, we enjoyed you guys so much tonight. But we kind of have rules at these parties. And you can't come here as a single guy. You have to be with a woman to play with our sex party. And so I'm like, okay. So he looks at Woodrow and I, he's like, so you guys kind of have to go. And we're like, what? He's like, rules are rules, man. I'm sorry. So he takes us back to this fucking big, massive Japanese oak door, basically pushes us out the door, and fucking boom. So now we're standing in front of this fucking mansion in Barhaven. We're both wasted. My phone is dead. His phone is dead. Perfect. We're also in Barhaven. I don't even think cabs go out to Barhaven. So I'm like, we're fucked. Uber didn't exist at this time. I'm like, I guess we just start walking back to Ottawa. So we can hear from the corner, like, I can't believe you fucking took me to this thing. And it's two young chicks fucking bombing it down the driveway. And the girl's like, you know I have a boyfriend. Why the fuck would you take me here to a sex party? They're at the end of the driveway. Me and Woodrow start fucking running as quick as we can. We're like, hey. And then we scare the shit out of them because it's a black guy and me coming out of the dark. And I'm like, well, like, hey, where are you going? We're here too. We got stuck at the sex party. They kicked us out. And she's like, my fucking friend brought me here. I'm like, where are you going? They're like, we're going to fucking Hull, Quebec, just over the border, fucking whatever it's called, just on the other side of the border. And I'm like, you have to drive us back to Ottawa. And so they drive us back to Ottawa. We get all the way back to the start, and then I make out with the driver. So that's so I accidentally. Yeah, it was a guy. No, it was a
60-year-old guy.
No, the girls who left. I was like, take us back to Ottawa. Yeah, it was the 60. We're listening to David Guetta. It really got
You're
me.
like, it's fine. He does MDMA. He's cool.
So yeah, we got back to Ottawa, and the girl who was driving was the girl who brought the friend to the swingers party. So she was single, obviously ready to Pringle, make out with a stranger. So then I made out with her, and then we went back inside. So basically, the moral of the story is never go with the fucking people to any house party. You'll end up by yourself in Barhaven while 100 people are fucking behind a Japanese oak door, and you can't play.
Nice.
That usually gets more of an applause break at the end.
Mine must have been around the same time because you were out of town when your mom invited me over.
You motherfucker. All right, I'm closing the show. That's it. You piece of shit. No, I know you and your wife.
I was waiting your whole story.
I know you. I knew you had something loaded. You keep looking away, and I was like, he's gonna say something shitty. Leave my mom out of this. She's a fucking. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show tonight on Never Have I Ever. Eric Johnston Live, episode 3. If you want to see more of Patrick Coppolino, you can follow him online at Patrick Coppolino, at Pat Coppolino.
Yeah, at Eric Sucks.
Also,
yeah,
he is the manager. He is the manager of Levity Comedy Club in Hamilton. So when our lives come back together, please go see live comedy, support comics like myself, Patrick, and businesses like independent comedy clubs like Patrick and Levity Comedy Club. Anything else to say, Patrick?
No, I think that's
you nailed it. You exposed me. You called me for an hour and a half.
No, you did. Weird roundabout questions.
First question: have you ever experimented with your sexuality?
Yeah. And then second question.
Have you ever kissed your best friend? I was just going by the list, man. I don't fucking didn't write the list. I probably should have read the fucking questions before I did. Patrick, that was so much fun. Get that bar open again. Yeah, we can't wait till everything's back. Very fun show. Says Rochelle, big round of applause. Thank you so much. Travis says, great show. Thanks, boys. One of the Legree boys is watching. We got to get that cottage open up on in Smithville again. That was a fun day we had. No, I didn't make out with him. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to kick Patrick off. I'm going to close the show. Everyone, say goodbye to Patrick. Bye, Patrick. I love you. Bye. You're my best friend. Can't wait to see you again. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Eric Johnston live. Episode of Never Have I Ever. We didn't get too sexual, and then things didn't get too crazy. I avoided Patrick's prison story question. That would have gotten dark and weird and mean, probably. We talked about my ex-girlfriend. We talked about the loves of my life. We talked about me dancing shirtless in my underwear on the internet and why people think I'm gay. Not that there's ever anything wrong with that. I grew up doing musical theater, so I am friends with many of the tribe. I'm going to come up with a new episode next week. If you have an idea for the show, if you have an idea for Eric Johnston Live, please message me. Also, if you guys want a Bullwhip shirt, $15. I can turn it around. $15. If you live in Hamilton, GTHA, I will drop it off your house, contactless delivery. I didn't get that drunk. I thought I was going to do a lot more things. I didn't do a lot. I just drank casually throughout the show. We told some stories. We had some fun. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight on Eric Johnston Live. We shared. We had fun. We're telling stories. We just can't leave our fucking houses. That's our show. Tune in. Watch on YouTube when I upload it. Thanks, guys. Bye.